Sunday updates. It's the Sunday updates from me. The Jer Show. The Jer Show. What is the Jer Show? It's a show that I started. I'm Jeremy. My name's Jeremy, so henceforth, the Jer Show. But I started streaming on Twitch last year during the pandemic. I was going to play music. I was going to play. Hang on, I got to record this. The Jer Show updates. What is it? What's the Jer Show updates? What are they? What does it mean? One love. Oh, do, do, do. See, I need to put the Facebook on. Okay, cool. So this is going to be... Whenever I multi-stream, I have to make sure I have the right thing up. Okay, cool. So that, because the Facebook people get mad if they're talking to me and I don't get back to them right away. They're like, oh, you all bent out of shape, grumpy old bastards. Anyway, so that, because the Facebook people get mad if they're talking to me and I don't get back to them right away. So I know we definitely got some sound here going on, which is good. My stream says I'm playing Rocket League, but I'm not. I'm not. This is just simply just updates. Yeah, see, it's not Rocket League. It's not. I call it just chatting. I'm just chatting. That's it. I'm not playing anything. Just chatting. We're just chatting. That's it. Just chatting. Not just taking my clothes off or not just talking about politics. Just chatting. Just a chat. That's it. I thought I'd take the time to go online and just update. Like that's what people do all the time with the news, right? They update, they come on and they say, this just in. That's what I should have called this. Call it this just in. But all right, but anyways. If you know me, you know that I stream, and I've been streaming since last year. Things haven't exactly taken off, if you will. I'm not getting the viewers that I need. But I'm still doing it. I'm not going to quit. I thought about it. Like a lot of times if people don't see the results of something they're trying to do, they wonder like, why should I do this? But I feel like I can't give up on myself. If I start something, I know that I need to finish it, and it'll grow. I'm a delivery driver. In my part-time days, my part-time hours, if there is such a thing. So this allows me to help keep a roof over my head, pay my rent. And even that started out slow to the point where I was like, I don't know if this is worth it. What I'm trying to say is I've always struggled my whole life between like what I was going to do for a living And when you decide, okay, maybe I want to play music, people are like, oh no, you're gonna be broke. You're not gonna make. Oh God, he's a starving artist. Oh no. And it's always scared me to the point where maybe I didn't want to go through with it. But when I when I put my mind to it and I actually play music, it's pretty damn good. Even back, when I used to party a lot, it was still pretty decent then. But now I haven't been involved in that crowd of drinkers and smokers, and I've been taking my health seriously, and here I am, 7 years later, going on 8, doing things that I never dreamed I would even be doing, like taking a. I'm going to be taking a class. I'm going to be taking it's a seminar or a workshop, if you will. See, I realized a couple weeks ago that I have goals and dreams to do things, but I've only been doing them on the knowledge that I've acquired. And that knowledge just isn't really enough to take me to what they call the next level. That's the next level is a term that I've been becoming familiar with. It's not something that I've been out of touch with for a little while, I guess. Like, to give you an example, like I play guitar, okay, and it's a process, and you start out as a beginner, and then you become intermediate, and then maybe you're a pro. Well, I kind of leveled off, so to speak, and I can only get so far with that. So I decided that maybe I would level up and go to someone that might have more knowledge on the subject than me, and I actually paid for it. So I've been looking forward to this class for about a month, doing my thing, doing the deliveries, playing games, doing the streaming, like really trying to keep myself busy so I don't think about this class that I really wanted to take, that I think would make a difference in my life. So much so that I overlooked the details this morning, that when I first read the info on when the class started, it said 2:00 p.m. And I'm like, on Sunday, I can handle that. I don't usually get up until like 11 o'clock anyways, but for some reason, when I read it yesterday in the email, it said 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, people that are in California, that in California it's 3 hours ahead, which means when I was at my computer at 11 o'clock this morning, it was 7 o'clock in California. So I was like, oh God, I read this wrong. What I actually need to do is it's 2 o'clock in New York time. So made me realize I'm 3 hours early for this Zoom meeting. And now I'm like, what am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do for 3 hours now? Well, one of the things I did was, I have a sick bird. I have a parakeet. I love him to death, but he's been sick. His name's Sonny. I took him to the vets. I took him to the vet the 19th, which was Thursday, at 2 o'clock as well. Because of COVID, the vets aren't seeing people inside. So on a hot day, I literally had to drive to Saratoga, which isn't close to where I am. It's a long trip. It's a long, bumpy trip. And this poor bird had to put up with this all the way there. And I finally got to the place, and I had to stay outside. You literally had to drop the bird off, the bird cage. I had to put it in the foyer, as they call it, or the little lobby. And they would come out and get the bird. And I had to sit in my car and wait. And thank God for me, my air conditioner worked, because the day prior, my blower motor went in my car. And this car's not even that old. It's 2010, and the blower motor had to go during one of the hottest days in August. So I literally had to change a blower motor in the car. Thanks to Napa. Napa is a auto parts place that I used to work at that I really love. I still buy parts from there, and I literally, on Wednesday, I literally called up, bought the blower motor, and replaced it in like an hour. I had to get underneath the glove compartment with a screwdriver. And fix it. So back to Thursday, here I am sitting in a parking lot, me and the bird. Bird's inside getting checked out because he was throwing up. The bird was throwing up a few days prior to that, and I was like, oh great, of all the things that I got going on in my life, now I have a bird that's throwing up. And I wanted to deny it and pretend it wasn't happening, but I knew that if I did that the results would be disastrous. So I called up the veterinarian. Now the plot thickens. See, where I live, there's animal doctors, but not all of them are trained in what they call avian, which is birds. So it's not like I can just drive down this. There's 3 pet hospitals where I live, and not one of them sees birds. So that's why I had to drive out of town for like a half hour to this place in Saratoga, in Maple Avenue, Saratoga, New York. So that's what I did Thursday. I gave up a chance to make really good money delivering because I had a sick bird. So I'm sitting in a parking lot with a sick bird, waiting to get looked at. Just it's hot and it's humid, and you're not supposed to run your car, and we all had to run our cars because it was so hot, and we had to keep the air conditioners going, and it was a nightmare. I called my friend Danny, and we talked, got cut off. I called my mom. I talked to my mom for a little while I was waiting, and then basically just kind of like almost fell asleep in the humidity. The only thing that really helped me while I was waiting all that time is the different types of animals that were coming out of the cars. It was pretty entertaining to see all these different dogs. Big dogs, little dogs. No birds like mine, but big, dogs. Maybe some cats, I don't know. So after $160 later, after running tests, I was given these medicines. And one of them, they're both like syringe type of things. I've never worked with syringes in my life. I've never had to do this before, so it was a pretty unique like thing that I had to do. Like basically stick this in the bottle, pull it out, get the right dosage, take the cap off this one, get it ready, and then I have to catch this little sucker. This little bird that I love that will land on my shoulder and get on my finger. He knows that there's medicine coming and he will not let me catch him. I'm chasing this bird around the house, the apartment, just like, come here, bird, come here, bird, come here. And I'd get close to him and he'd get away. And, then I like finally catch him and I have to put him in my hand just right. And it reminded me, like, when I was younger, there used to be this term that would apply to relationships. It was called hold the bird. And I remember I used to say it to people. I'm like, you got to know how to hold the bird. And what it means is there's a sweet spot of holding a bird. If your grip is too tight, you'll obviously hurt the bird. If your grip isn't tight enough, the bird flies away. So, like, first I had to catch it, and then I had to find the right amount of pressure just to hold him there and feed him like a baby. Like, literally, he's down there like a baby. And I had to take this syringe and, like, put it sideways on the beak so that it goes in his mouth the right way so he gets the right dose and stuff. So I did that. I've been doing that twice a day since Thursday. Like, I woke up Friday morning and I had to catch him and do that and try to make it to this next town called Whitehall because my father invited me to the Vermont State Fair. So here I am chasing this bird around, trying to catch this bird to give him his medicine so I can leave, and he's not cooperating with me. And I'm trying to think of the best way to catch him. And the best way is when the bird is in the cage, but he wasn't in the cage, so I couldn't like corner him, and he was just flying here, flying there. And I got him, took a shower, and still made it to Whitehall, where my father was waiting for me and my uncle. And we went to the Vermont State Fair. Now, the Vermont State Fair was kind of a tradition, and it sadly, every year it seems to get worse as far as like the things that they offer people to see. When we were, me and my uncle and my dad, we were discussing the comparisons between the old fair and the new fair. From what we remember, because I mean it was a long time ago since we've been to the fair. One thing was they used to have these games, and they were set up where they would take like a square, okay, big square, and they would put chicken coop, like chicken wire, over the bottom of it, and then they would put like ashtrays, or because you remember we all used to smoke cigarettes back then. This is before we knew that how bad they were for you. So we're all smokers, and you could win ashtrays. So it was like a thing to win an ashtray. It was like really cool if you could. So you would stand over these squares and throw dimes and pennies, nickels or whatever, and try to land one in the ashtray. And if you did, you win the ashtray. But the angle of the coins when they come out of your hand and they hit the ashtrays, you know, 9 out of 10 times you would miss, or they would hit and bounce. You had to do it like a certain way. And we realized that they didn't have those games. Like the fair used to be wall to wall games, elbow to elbow, people and games. And now it's like hardly anything, like people just begging you to play. You know, they had the basketball shoot where you can win a prize, you could win the big teddy bears or whatever. And they had these fish games where the fish would swim around and you pay like $5 and you get 5 fish, and you look underneath there and they would have a number and it would correlate to winning the prize. But there was really only like 10 of those. And they used to have exotic animals at the fair. They used to have snakes. They had lizards. And a couple years ago when we went, they had what they call emus. And I really took to this emu. I remember I have a video of it someplace where I was just like, that was a highlight for me of the fair, was seeing this big emu that was like as big as me and watch it walk over and watch its head go like, eh. And they didn't have that this year. I was kind of disappointed. And no snakes, just cows, pigs, horses. They had a little rodeo. I mean, they have tractor pulls and truck pulls. They didn't have them on the day that we went. And it was hot. Oh my God, was it hot. But thank God they sold snow cones, because without that snow cone, it would have been pretty intolerable. They had this neat little toy barn where they keep all these old tractors and Hess trucks. It's like that was pretty neat. One thing I noticed that they had this thing called a misting tent. So if you walk around the fair and it's 90-degree weather and you're getting cooked from the heat, you could actually go in these tents and they would shoot mist out, and they had a fan that would blow the mist. So that was kind of nice that they would do that for people, for the fair goers. They had some music. They had a band there. They were decent. I'm a fan of this maple candy. Every time I go to the fair every year, they have maple candy. So that was one of the first things I did. And it was funny because I didn't have any cash on me. So I said to my dad, we're already kind of late getting there, and they wanted to get there. And I'm like, could you stop at the ATM, because I need to get some cash to get some maple candy. So we stopped at the store, and I got the money, and then we went into the fair, and right where I was gonna buy the maple candy, they had an ATM machine like right next to it. I was like, oh my God. Like, what's wrong with me? I should have made my father wait like that, But they were okay. We had a good time. We didn't stay all day. So I've been delivering stuff for Walmart, and sometimes we deliver frozen things and refrigerated things. And I realize like I'm not really equipped for it. I'll put it in the front seat with the AC, but I wish I had something better. And there was this guy the other day when I was working. He had like a insulated cooler bag. And I thought they were the coolest things. They're probably like $20 on Amazon.com. You could get 2 big ones. And I think I might order some today, because I'm going to keep I'm gonna keep delivering part time while I chase this music and arts and streaming dream. So I'm gonna order those today. So when the stuff comes out, I can just put it in a bag and it'll keep it cold. People like that. I think if people order stuff, cold stuff, and they keep getting it, and it's half thawed when they get it, they might not do it. You know, so I'm thinking it'd be a good investment to get that, to keep people's stuff cold. That's current event. And other current events. I'm trying to bring my talents on a Twitch. Because I used to bring the talents to other places and people used to like it and I'd get paid, but it hasn't been happening a lot because the pandemic shut a lot of everything down, and I'm trying to get back out there in person and play music. And I got a line on a gig. I got a line on a gig right now. It's a place right in town, which is great. It's not far from me. And the conversation, according to my friend Rick, went like this. It went, Rick, with the people that own this restaurant, said, when are we going to have live music again? And they said, well, we can't find anybody. And I'm thinking about that. How can you not find anybody? There's plenty of musician performers out there that would play. And then I realized all these musician performers in the area have been out of the scene, so to speak, because of the COVID-19 restrictions and the masks and they cancel a lot of live entertainment, and it affected me in a way because as a singer, you know, you're singing, you're always constantly pushing air out, and it's like now you can't play because you're considered like a deadly weapon. Even though, like, I didn't have COVID, they're just like, well, you know, you could possibly spread it. Like, what? So, I mean, I lost a lot of money that I could have made as a performer. But at the same time, I got hooked up because of the pandemic money. But to tell you the truth, I'd rather be out. I'd rather be out playing. I'd rather be out making money. So this is an opportunity after being locked down for a couple of months and learning songs in the hope that I would play out again someday. Here's the opportunity presenting itself. And I just spoke to my friend Rick the other day, and we agreed that I need to send him some promo material. I need to tell this place. I need to have some videos of me performing the songs. So the good news is that for the past couple of months, I've been streaming the songs that I learned. I've been streaming on Twitch. I haven't had a lot of people watch it because that's a process. But what did happen is I recorded them. So now all I have to do is like go through my videos and find two or three different ones that are decent and put them together in kind of like a I don't know if the word is like a montage. It's like a sampler. I need to make a sampler video of tunes that I've broadcast before. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 with the drum machine. So while I'm waiting to get into this, I'm taking an improv workshop with a piano player who's like world renowned, just excellent. And I realize it doesn't start till 2 o'clock my time. And I was actually signed in at 11, and I realized, oh shit, that's 11. I need to sign in at 11 Pacific time, which is California time, not 11 New York time. I have to sign in 2 o'clock New York time. So as it is right now, it's 12:30 New York time. So I have an hour and a half before I sign into this workshop. It's a seminar workshop. It's called Improvisation on Piano by Mike Garson. If you've never heard of Mike Garson before, you should definitely do yourself a favor and look him up on Wikipedia or Google. Like Google Mike Garson. That's who I'm taking the class from. So that is next level stuff. There's that word next level again. Next level is probably something that I'll be focusing on lately. Okay, so we'll give you a little background here. The guy that's running the whole Zoom meeting thing that I'm going to in an hour and a half, his name's Mark Bacalor. And I'd never heard of Mark Bacalor before, so I decided maybe I'll just look up Mike Bacalor on the internet and see what happens. Mark Bacalor. Turns out the guy's an actor. Mark Bacalor. And turns out Mike Garson is his father-in-law. So Mark Bacalor obviously married one of Mike Garson's 2 daughters. I don't know which one. Apparently, he's from Ithaca, New York. Yeah, I'm from New York too. See this? New York. Mark's originally from Ithaca. He's like 44 years old. And he was in 2 movies. Like I looked him up on Bing, and there it is. Mark Bacalor was born on June 28th, 1977 in Ithaca. He's an actor known for Nincompoop and Garden Apartments. Now, those are 2 movies that I've never seen. So what I'm trying to say here is, while I was waiting to do this class, I learned something. I'm getting more out of this class than just piano improvisation. I'm learning about an actor that I didn't know about that's from New York. And I think of all those times where I lay down and I want to watch a movie, you know, because I'm on Roku, I'm on Prime, Amazon Prime Video, I'm on Hulu. I have all these streaming movie stuff. And sometimes, you know, you sit there and it's like, I don't know what to watch. I have no idea. Like, I need some direction. So this will work. So the next time I go on Hulu, I'm going to look up those movies and I'm going to see if they're available to watch. Bacalor, Mark Bacalor. So Mark was asking everybody if they had any questions for this guy, Mike Garson. And I'm, you know, for the last 2 days, I've been like, what questions? What questions could you ask about an improv piano improv thing. And you know, the guy worked with David Bowie all his life, so you know, naturally people are going to be like, want to talk about Bowie, and I'm going to try not to do that. Like, you remember the Jurassic Park series? You know how like there's that scene where he's like, "Does anybody have any questions?" And everybody raises their hand, and they're like, "Does anybody have any questions that don't relate to Jurassic Park?" And like half the people's hands, that I think that's what it's like. Where Mike is a incredible, you know, jazz pianist, avant-garde pianist, and he probably wasn't famous until he met Bowie. So now it's like everyone's always asking him about Bowie instead of his amazing, you know, keyboard skills. So I still haven't figured out what question I would ask him if I did ask a question. And the only one I could seem to come up with that would make me look like I'm asking a legitimate question was is improv planned out mostly? Like improv is supposed to be the releasing of vocabulary. I guess what I'm saying is, the more vocabulary one has, whether they're a comic or a musician or a rapper, the more vocabulary one has, the easier it would be to improv. So I don't know how to make that a question. You know, it's like, how do you put that in the question? Like, so I would probably say, well, Mr. Garson, how much of it's planned and how much of it is on the spot, and does a vocabulary help you or hurt you? Because from what I've heard about improv is it is a cerebral thing, but there's a way of turning the cerebral into where it's not cerebral and it's coming from your heart, and you're feeling it on the spot. And this is like why I was taking this class, because I want to be able to do that. Because I have songs that I play and I perform, and I can handle the intro and the verse and the chorus, and then it comes to the spot in the song where it's improv, and I'm at the point where I want to record the chords and then play back over the top of them and be able to expand my horizons when it comes to the notes. I just want to see what he has to say about it. Because there's this guy that I used to study about 10 years ago. His name was Kenny. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Kenny Werner. And Kenny was a piano player, and he taught like how to let go, how to not make it so cerebral, because most people get wrapped up in the mental aspect of the technical part of playing. And he had these meditations that would free you from the head, so whatever came out from the heart without thought. So I really wanted to see what he has to say about that. The thing I like about Mike Garson, the guy that I'm going to take the class with and an hour and a half is he knows different styles of music. He knows jazz and rock and country and pop, and he just, that's what makes it so interesting, because it's not really one style of music. It's like a blend, and what happens is you end up hearing music that you've never heard before, because you can't really compare it to too many things, because it's not, it's a mixture of both. And sometimes I think that's what improv can be too. It can be jazz over the top of country, or country over the top of jazz, or rock, jazz, blues is what I've always kind of been interested in. So, in an improv way. So yeah, so I got so excited about this that I'm actually an hour and a half early. I had the notebook out, was ready, I was gonna take some notes. I'm like all psyched, and oh shit. I had to shift gears. So now I'm on just chatting, just trying to kill some time. I thought about going to do some deliveries, but by the time I get out there and get back, it's like, no. Might as well just sit here and chat. Even though no one's chatting back with me, I'm realizing with the internet and technology and chats, like if you have a popular chat and people go to it, then other people will show up, and it just feeds on itself. But if you have a chat like mine where not a lot of people know about it, and I'm just on here talking, people stop by and go, who the fuck is this guy? Nobody's watching his stream, and then that's what happens, and nobody will watch it. I got a few people that watch it, they think it's interesting, and I guess that's where it starts, right? I'm not responsible for how many people stop in or don't stop in. I'm only responsible for the content that I provide. And if it's boring and nobody comes by, well, then it's my fault. If it's exciting and people stop by, then it's my fault too, you know? I've just learned this morning. There's a show that I used to watch called Bar Rescue. And the guy that runs that show, his name's John Tapper. I was watching a little video on him this morning, and it was a video that was geared towards entrepreneurs, and he was saying, like, what have you learned all these years from helping failed bars? And he said, excuses. And it really hit me, because I feel like I'm in a situation right now in my life where things are pretty good, because I didn't pass the blame. I guess what I'm saying is I placed the blame mostly all my life for my success or failure. I blamed it on outside things. And it didn't do me any good. It kept me stuck, and it kept me lost. And like, when he said you hold people accountable, that's like when I realized I think I'm gonna be all right, because I've been holding myself accountable for the things that I do. And he basically said, if you own your failure, then you'll own your success. And it's so true. Like some people watch my stream on Twitch because of Rocket League. They're players. They like my attitude. They like playing with me. Sometimes they don't. And they stop back because they know that I'm a fighter and I have spirit. And they like that spirit. But I did fall into a slump in Rocket League where I wasn't playing well. And I was like, this game, this, that, the other thing, you know, and I would say, this game, that game sucks, it's too toxic, it's this, it's that. And then somebody finally just said, you know, maybe it's you. What? No. How the hell could it be me? Well, believe me, some of it is other people, but you know what? Some of it was me. So I basically said, wow, maybe I should look at me. I started watching my old videos, and I started looking at stuff that I was uncomfortable to look at. And I had to make some adjustments and some changes. And then I came back with a new attitude, and I got out of the rank drop, I call it. Like I was in gold, I dropped to silver, and it was an ugly place, but I needed that ugly place to get where I am today. And I dug myself out, and now I'm gold 2, on my way to gold 3, because I looked at where I was going wrong. So let that be a lesson to anybody that's watching this. Own your mistakes. I see people fail over and over again when you confront them on something and they say, "Wow, it was this and it was that person's fault," and they're just constantly in this hamster on a treadmill just because they don't get it. That when you point finger out, 3 are pointing back. So anyway, so I'm sitting here getting highly caffeinated, getting ready for this seminar that actually starts in an hour and 15 minutes now. And the bird has his medicine. He's doing all right. I notice he chirps more and he chirps louder, so I apparently he's probably doing better. Sunny bird. So I got the birds doing better. I mowed a lawn yesterday. I mowed out here, outside, and man, was it freaking hot. I mean, if I look like I'm disheveled today, I think yesterday just took a toll on me. It was just so hot. It was 90 degrees. It was 82% humidity. And I didn't even look at the weather. I just jumped up there and started mowing. And like halfway through, I'm just like, what the I got really tired and really like, I went inside and I had to sit in the AC and get some water and hydrate. And I felt better. I had to do this 3 times just to finish it because I was internally, I was like overeating. Bye, bird. And just Tweety bird. Then it started raining, so I didn't even get to finish the lawn like I'd like to. I literally had to wait for the rain to stop. My original plan was I was going to go out and do some deliveries for Spark and then come back and finish the lawn when it dried a little bit, because like it's so hot outside that once it rained and stopped me from mowing, the sun was so hot that it dried any rain that had fallen just within like an hour. So I went back out after I took a shower, I went back outside and mowed for 10 minutes and it was like I never even took a shower, just fucking completely gone. I had to take another shower. Oh my Lord. If I would have gotten up 10 minutes earlier today and gotten out there 10 minutes earlier yesterday, I probably would have beat the rain, but I didn't. So, needless to say, the lawn got done last night. I had, see, when I do deliveries for Spark, it's an app on the phone. And they get, this is, I've never done work like this before, the way it works. It's always been like, I've had a boss, they tell you what to do, you do it or you go home. So this job is really different in that way. There's a lot of freedom. So you sign into you go in the app, you sign into the thing, it says Spark Driver, right? And then bang, and it shows you what they call the offers for the day. If there are any. And that's the thing, like with this thing, it's pros and cons. If you have the freedom to work when you want, but sometimes when you want to work, then there's no work. And then other days there's so much work, it's like you don't even know where to start. So here I was last night, waiting for the rain to stop. Had the Spark thing on so I could maybe go out and deliver some items to the fine people of Queensbury and the surrounding areas. Hudson Falls, Glens Falls, Lake George, Fort Edward. There were only a couple. And I didn't want them. So I ended up, instead of, I wanted to, I had forecasted that I would be delivering. What actually happened is I didn't. So I ended up playing some Xbox last night. And I have friends that play Fortnite, and I thought it was going to be a Fortnite Saturday night. Nobody was on. Not one person. I ended up playing Fortnite all by my lonesome. I got some stuff, some quests done, you know, but. And then I played Rocket League. Luckily, one of my friends from the UK was on last night. And we played some Rocket League together. And we played some twos. Now, if you never heard of Rocket League before and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Rocket League is a game where you have cars and you play soccer and you hit the ball with the cars and you drive the cars and anyways. There's a couple different ways of playing Rocket League. There's 1v1, which is 1 against 1. I don't play that. I should. 2v2. I'm just starting to play more twos. Mostly I've played 3v3, which to me is more fun. And you get ranked based on your wins and your losses. But your team has to win. So I figured that I would rank the same in twos as I did in threes, but that's not the case. In threes, I'm ranked gold 2, which is the highest I've ever been. I'm just about to break gold 3s. And I want to do it by myself. I have friends that are really, really good, and they always help me win, but I feel like I'm not really learning if they carry me. So I'm trying to say no to being carried, you know? But in twos, it's just me and somebody else. So if I screw it up, it's on me, you know? More than it would be if you're in twos. So I'm higher ranked in twos than I was in threes. I'm literally like plat. I'm plat in twos. I don't know how it happened, but That's the highest I'm not even I'd love to be platinum 3s, and I'm not even that high there. We were playing last night. We noticed it. We're like, holy shit, it's fucking platinum 2s, bud. But anyway, another thing I wanted to mention is I have played guitar my whole life. I've been in bands. I've played out many times. I've made quite a bit of money playing. It's all gone now, but so I'm at my dad's a couple weeks ago, and his father, my grandfather, passed away, and we inherited some things. And my father's had this thing that he got from him, this little statue, this little ceramic frog, plays the guitar. I just happened to be at my dad's house walking by, and I said, whoa, that thing is cool. And he goes, oh, you want it? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I'll paint that thing. So I went online and I was looking up paints. Because I don't know. I don't paint all the time. I don't, it's stuff I don't, generally do. But I'd like to. So my quest to find the right paint, I jumped on the internet. There's acrylic paints, which are for canvases and stuff. Won't work on this. You need enamel, ceramic paint. So I was dividing my search between two stores, the Walmart and this local place. I think it was called Hobby Lobby. And I found, between the two of them, I found a bunch of different paint for this frog ceramic thing. So I just kind of looked at it and I said, I might want some detail. So I definitely had to get some black. So I got a black one so I could do like the mouth, the highlights, the eyeballs, and naturally green, frogs are green, so I got a green. He's got a bow tie. I thought I'd maybe do that yellow. There's a flower on the bottom. It's like a little sunflower. So maybe I would paint that yellow and maybe do the center black. So, and then he has a jacket. So I'm like, what color should I do the jacket? And I'm like, red, blue. So I got a red, I got a blue, a yellow, green, brown. I had to get a brown for the guitar. And then I wanted to do like a tan. And I realized like most guitars are light brown, I guess. But I couldn't really find the right light brown. So I ended up getting like a caramel, a little darker brown. So what I realized is I'm probably gonna just take the green and just paint the whole thing green. Just to get the green on there, And then I'll go over the top of it with the other ones, like the yellow in the back, like there's a buckle back here. So I think, and I've been putting this off, and it's a nice creative project to do, but I've been putting it off because I have to make money, and I think life is a balance between like making money and doing creative things. And if the creative things make you money, hey, great. But one thing that I really owe my relatives on is my grandmother on my mom's side used to be into crafts. And I remember when I was growing up, that's what we used to do together. It was fun. She constantly had these ceramic things that she would go get and buy. And she'd come home with one of them, you know, like a new thing to paint. And we'd get all excited, like, yeah, let's paint it. Just sit there at the table with these brushes and just, you know. And I haven't done anything like that in a long time. So I'm kind of getting back into this as a creative project that I got from my dad's. And I was thinking about maybe just doing a stream on painting the frog. I don't know if I'm going to have time to finish it, because I'm doing a workshop masterclass in an hour with Mike Garson from David Bowie's band. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to do this in stages, I've realized. Like maybe I'll just get the green out right now and just paint the green. I'll just do the green first. And I think the reason for doing the green first is that a lot of these other colors overlap. And I think it would be harder to do the other colors and then try to squeak the green in without getting the green on the yellow. Like it's probably easier to do the green first and then allow it, you know, the room to make the mistake if you should make a mistake. And then you could go over the top of it with the other color and just kind of like edge it and blend it to the point where I wouldn't have to do it twice. But I'm gonna have to do the hands too. Like the hands are green, and I'm not sure about the feet. Like I don't know if the guy doesn't look like he has shoes on. Looks like they're just bare like frog feet. So I can do the feet. Just get all the frog part of it over with. So what I did was I bought a brush set. I'll show you. Here's the green. Yeah. So I got the brush set. Here's the green. It's a enamel green. It's made by a company called Folk Art Enamels. It's called Evergreen. And maybe that's not a good color for a frog. I don't know. Maybe it's better for a tree. I don't know. But the frog's getting painted evergreen whether he likes it or not. So I'm thinking what I should do here is take a brush that has a wider bristles is what I'm saying. It's a little wider, and just do like most of it around the eyeballs, underneath there, and then take a brush that has like a little bit more fine detail to it, and then fix it. I'm much older than a lot of people that watch Twitch. They probably don't remember the days where you had to fine-tune your television. There was 2 dials on the television, and one of them you could find the station, and then the other one would bring it in more a little crystal clear. That's kind of what I'm doing with these brushes. I'm gonna just kind of slop it on the main parts and get close to the edges, and then I'm gonna take the other one and get closer to the edges to give it more of a distinct outline to it. So yeah, here we go. Now the thing is, it makes me wonder, I don't do this a lot, but it makes me wonder, do you take the paint out of the bottle and dump it into something else and dip the brush in? Or do you just take the top off the thing and just dip it in the top? think that's what I'm gonna do. I have an ex-girlfriend that used to do this stuff quite a bit. And if we were still talking, she could tell me. But anyways, so here we go. We're gonna pull all. Oh my God, this frog's got warts on it too. So maybe I might have to paint the warts. Maybe black or different color, brown or something. Yeah, this is an enamel paint, so it's gonna shine. It's gonna bring some pop to it. It's gonna make it shiny. It's a frog. He plays guitar. It's a guitar playing frog that I got from my dad. It's a guitar playing frog. He's not looking too bad, right? He's doing all right. You got to the top of the eyeball, like this. Yeah. No offers from Spark. Sitting here hoping that maybe at least one or two would come in. Nope. Yeah, so I'm covered it up pretty good. I don't know, might need another coat maybe, but I think look, that's not too bad, does it? No, this isn't gonna be like a cooking show where I have a already painted frog that I show you because you don't feel like waiting for me to paint it. I actually have to go through the whole process of painting this. Starting to give it some character now. Oh, there's a... Oh, no, wait. Tropical Storm Henri makes landfall in Rhode Island. That's great. Fucking hurricane. As if the United States doesn't have enough problems right now. There's a fucking hurricane, too. I'm glad I'm painting this because the ceramic is getting old, like it's getting moldy, and it's like if you don't paint over the top of it, it can literally just break down. Like the paint helps protect it a little, make it last a little longer. Wow, I got his face. He got his little cheekbones. Bird it, bird it, bird it, read it, read it, read it. All right, so I'm not going to paint the inside of his mouth because I think that's going to be red. I'm going to do it like red and black. Maybe like a black outline. But yeah, that ain't bad, is it? Little froggy. Little froggy. Look at little froggy. He's cute. All right. I got to do the hands now. He's a froggy playing the guitar. He's a little froggy playing the guitar. Whoa. I got too much paint on this. Wow. There's his hands. Now his hands are looking a little better. Now I gotta do the feet a little bit. I might have to put my glasses on for this because I have trouble seeing things that are near. I'm farsighted, as they say, where I can see things that are not close. With things that are close, I have trouble. So if you'll excuse me, I'll try to find the glasses. I mean, these are alright, I guess. These will be alright. They're just regular old, like, reading glasses, you know? They amplify the words on the page. They also amplify. Oh my God, that is so much better. Anything that I do to this is like the best thing that ever happened to it. Yeah. I gotta do the feet. We are now doing the feet. The agony of defeat. The question is down at the base of the feet. It's like how much is the feet and how much is the pant leg. I think I'm gonna make it green because it makes it seem like his foot's bigger. And then I can always paint over if I don't like it. It's not bad. It ain't bad, right? Little feet. We got the feet going now. I got the paint. Painting the frog. We're painting the frog. We're painting the frog. Yeah, see, we're starting to get some froggy features now. Like the feet. See, before it was kind of hard to differentiate which parts of the frog were which because it was all like one big ceramic whiteness. But now it's like as the colors get on there, it's it's better. Like freaking wow. Later on, I'll take the big, the little brushes and put a little detail in there. Put some warts on him because he does have warts, and the frog won't look the same if the warts are all. The warts have to stand out. You know what I mean? Like I might take a brown or something and just kind of like go over the top and give him a little bit of wart. But I think most of the frog part of it's done. Like the green is pretty much done. I might have to move on to another color now. Unless maybe I'll do the base. Maybe I should do the base green because it looks like there's leaves. It's kind of leafy. Like maybe it's supposed to be his lily pad or something. Yeah, I'm gonna, but I don't know what color to do the base. Maybe I'll make it black because it has to be a contrasting color because it's making the whole thing green I think would look poopy. Pretty bird. I should move this. You can't really see what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the leaves on the bottoms. It's going to be like a lily pad. Oh yeah. It's not too shabby. Wow. Pretty cool. I think my issue is right now is there's a flower underneath, right? There's a flower and I want to make it yellow, so I have to make sure that I don't paint on the petals of the flower and just paint around it. I'll be fine. I think when it comes to the feet, I'm gonna have to like take a black and do an outline around the feet, so that way it doesn't look like he's up to his feet in bushes. Gives it the distinct. It's distinctive. Distinctive is a good word. If you're just joining me, wondering what the hell I'm doing, I got this ceramic frog from my dad's house a couple weeks ago, and I bought some paint for it. So I'm painting the frog, the guitar playing frog. I'm painting my guitar playing frog. I'd like to dedicate this stream to my late grandma, who I used to do these kinds of projects with when I was a kid. Look at that. You got to pick the right kind of paint for ceramics. I had to get enamel paint. So the trick is here is how much of his hand is sticking out of the jacket. I think a little bit right there on the edge. I got to fill that. That's better. All right, so like I said earlier, I've used the big brush to get most of the green on there, and now I should take the brush that has a thinner, it's like a thinner, it's less of a broad stroke is what I'm saying, so I can get the details. Because if I use the big one, I could get too much paint in spots I don't want it. This way I can be more accurate. Of where I want to put it. And then it's less redo time. Like the more you do it right, the less you got to spend fixing it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I bought white. And I probably should have bought some white. In case I got to do the frog's eyeballs. I signed up for this piano improv course, and it starts at 2 o'clock my time, and that's 40 minutes from now. So I'm just kind of like doing the frog because I have to kill some time and I don't know what to do. So I thought at least if I get the green done. Can go back and finish it later. By the way, I can't stream the piano course because I paid for it, and it's kind of like I could get in trouble if I stream it because you know what I mean? Like it's like people will be watching and they didn't pay for it. So I am gonna have to shut the stream off at like quarter to 2, I gotta shut the stream down. Painting the frog. See, I'm getting down under there. There's a flower in there. I don't know if you can see it, but I gotta try to paint around the flower and get his feet. As much of the green as I can, and then I can add the other colors. He's got this frog has pants. So I'm probably gonna paint the bottom blue. I'll give him some blue jeans. I don't know what color I should paint the jacket, but I think I was gonna do a red. I was gonna do a red and then add like he's got a bow tie. I thought I'd do it yellow. I probably should do a before and after pic, but I forgot to take a picture of what it looked like before. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Oh yeah. That looks so much better now. That looks so much better now. The green looks so much better now. His hands. I mean, it looks a little sloppy right now, but I'm gonna touch it up when I put the other color on. It's gonna seal it up better and make it more distinctive. Whoa! I get a hair in there. Oh God. No. Yeah. Frog is looking good. I got about 15 more minutes of painting, then I gotta go. I guess the next question would be, what color would be next? I think I should do the yellow next. Or the guitar, like maybe paint the guitar. Or the pants. I'll do the pants. We'll do the pants next. I'll do the blue. This is throwing me off a little bit because there's a flower at the bottom and the petal of the flower kind of faded away. It's not as distinct, so you can't really see it. So I'm gonna have to like use the paint to make it stand out. I have to recreate a petal where the other one kind of like. It's an old, it's an old piece. It's an old ceramic thing. It needed some love, and it didn't get some, but it's getting some now. This has to be kind of done in a step-by-step fashion, so it's like I can't really get to the next color until I make sure I've sealed off all the colors that I finished. I mean, if I have to pull out another color and dip it in and fix it, I have to, but like I try not to. You can try to avoid it if you can. It's like a Zen thing, you know, like if I can't be thinking about the next color too quickly. I have to focus on the color that I'm on and try to stay there. Oh, see, now you can start to see the flower take shape down there. Once I do the yellow, I'll clean that up a little bit. Just make sure I got all the green. I don't. I gotta fix this hand. And I don't know why I'm saying hands. Frogs don't have hands, do they? They have like webbed. They're like amphibians. They're amphibians. They don't have hands like we do. All right, so that ain't bad. Need a little bit more green on his face. Oh yeah, he's looking good. That frog is looking good. Look at that frog. What time is it? All right, I gotta keep looking at time because I got a seminar I paid for. Starts at 2. I gotta get off here, get this cleaned up, and get signed in. I wanna go sign in early in case I have problems signing in. They can be fixed. Yeah. It's the guitar playing frog. Guitar playing frog. Man, if I had a real life guitar playing frog, I'd be rich. I'd take it to the fair and just make money. Come see the guitar playing frog. Wow. I love it. What color was I gonna do? Blue. I was gonna do blue. All right. I think the green done for now. There's a question that comes to mind right now is how do you keep these things clean? Like, do you have to put them in water or something? I think for now I'm going to put them in a napkin. Keep them wet so they don't dry out. Drink break. The next color we will use is the blue. We will use blue. I must find. We are using blue because we are going to make the pants blue. We're putting blue jeans on Frog. Blue jeans on Frog. I thought about doing brown, but then it's like he's got a brown guitar, so I'm like, too much brown. This is called Folk Art Enamels Cobalt Hue. Cobalt is a blue. I learned the word cobalt from playing Rocket League. They have wheels and things you can get that are cobalt. It's a blue. It's not like a royal blue, like a New York Giants blue. It's more like I don't know how to describe cobalt. I really don't, but anyways. I got the blue going. We are going to do the I need a new brush. I'm gonna do a wide brush this time because there's a lot of pants. It's not a real detailed thing. Like you could slop a lot of this on without having to be perfect. And I can get more done that way, I think. Whoa. I'm painting the guitar playing frog. Painting the guitar playing frog. Everybody likes a frog that can play the guitar. Alright, let's just show you what it looked like. Oh, look at that. He's got jeans, man. He's got good jeans. When I first got this ceramic piece, it kind of like, it has a crack in it, and it part of it was rocking back and forth, and I thought I could glue it, and then I realized where the crack was, and you can't glue it really. I'm hoping maybe the paint, once it dries, it'll form kind of a seal, maybe, and maybe keep it from rocking. It's the Jer Show, widely ignored. Oh! A little too high in that one. Okay, I could turn it. What time is it? 36. I have 9 minutes and I have to go in 9 minutes. Just enough time maybe to get all the blue on there. Without rushing, of course. I don't want to make a mess trying to get it done. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Oh, she's not. He's a looking nice. He's a looking very nice. I gotta clean up the bottom there with the pants, and should be good. I'm kind of glad I'm doing it up on the desk like this because I can't really get underneath there like I'd like to. Yeah. I don't have a multi-angle camera stream, so you can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I will tip it back up and show you what I did. That I will at least do that for my thousands of viewers that are into ceramic frog painting. Being sarcastic, of course. Okay. So it gets me thinking, like, this guitar is really, really thick. Like, in real life, they don't make guitars that thick. So I'm going to have to paint, like, that whole bottom brown. I'm going to have to paint his bottom blue. So I'm going to have to turn this upside down to get to do his butt. This is some quality content right here. Painting a ceramic frog's butt. This should go viral. They'd be like, did you see he painted that frog's butt? It was just so cute. Anyway. Yeah. I shouldn't worry too much about getting it too much or not enough blue, because maybe not. Okay, that ain't bad. I gotta get the bottom of his leg. So, might have to go back over this with another smaller one. Yeah. Yep. That ain't bad. I gotta clean it up a little bit here and there, but that ain't bad. Maybe get a little bit more in there. And then I gotta go. Because I paid for a Zoom seminar workshop with a very famous musician. It's gonna make me be a better musician. So I have to go. That ain't bad. If I take a smaller brush and go back over the bottoms of his, it'll look better. It'll look better. But that ain't, it's not too shabby right now, you know. I get a little, I'll get the red out and I'll paint the jacket red. Paint the cufflinks yellow, paint the tie yellow, paint the flower yellow, and then I'll go do the guitar in brown, and then I'll go back over the whole thing with like a black Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. What time is it? Oh, I gotta go. I got 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes and I gotta go. 3 minutes and counting. Three minutes. How much frog can I paint in 3 minutes? It's the guitar playing frog. Yeah, I gotta stop using this big one. I gotta switch to the little one. Well, stream watchers, the next time you see my stream, I will know a little bit more about improvising on the piano because I'm going to take a class I signed up for. It starts at 2 o'clock New York time, which is 15 minutes from now. So I got to put the frog away for now. Maybe after the workshop, maybe I'll pull the frog back out and finish it. It needs so much still. It needs eyeballs. It needs a red mouth. It needs yellow flowers. I might even get really detailed with the brush and like put frets and strings on it. If I can do it straight without. It takes a very steady hand. I'm not sure I have one because I drink a lot of coffee. Like, be all over. I look like fucking got in a fight with somebody. Anyway, I gotta go now. So, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the frog. We will meet again. The frog. I have to finish. I have to finalize the frog. Join me again for frog finalization. Oh my God, I'll be all right. Did a better butter. Five, 3, 6. $48.75. But that a lot. Welcome to the Zoom waiting room for Mike Garson Productions. Please wait here until your meeting is ready to begin. I know my mic works because I was just using it. I don't know if the speaker works. Yeah, speaker works too. We're good? Looking good. Where's my Zoom? I'm early, so it's not, it hasn't started yet. I still got like 10 minutes. I just want to get in there and make sure it works, I guess. Maybe I can do some more frog while I'm waiting. Where's the... That's what we want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why is this not... Why is this doing this? Why is this doing this? It should be the screen I'm on. Should be this. Unless I can change it. Desktop duplication? Let's try that. That's not it either. Automatic, that's what we want. Automatic. Why is it doing this? You do that 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 da 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 That's what I don't. I got it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we want. Yeah. What the hell? Why does this keep doing this? Ah, there we go. There she goes. Starts in 8 minutes. Mike Garson improvising on piano starts in 7 minutes. Wait here. They will let me into the Zoom meeting very shortly. Not right now, though. Five minutes. 5 minutes. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Still waiting. Waiting to get into the Zoom meeting. Mike Garson Productions. It's 2 minutes away. I'm just looking at my videos that are really short that I don't need, and I'm deleting them because they don't need them if they're worthless. 48 minutes. I don't know what that is. Oh, he can't play it. Well, then get rid of it. There's 3 of them I can't play. What the hell? .29 gigs I can't play? What the hell? That ain't right. Oh. But I have to change my screen back to where it was because what the?
Hello there. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Wow, mine's just a screen.
Nice to see a lot of familiar faces and a few new ones. We're gonna let people come in and be ready to go. So we're gonna wait just a few minutes, bear with me. gonna make sure that everybody is muted until called on, just so we don't have a lot of voices at once. Alright, so we're gonna have some people, a few people joining us a little late, which is fine. In the interest of time, I think we are going to get started. So for those of you who have been with us the last couple of weeks, you kind of know how this is starting to work. We're going to start with an opening introduction, and then we'll see you on the other side.
Recording in progress.